This here journal belongs to George J. Samuels. If you are to find it, please send it to the Samuels estate. November 12th. 1766. My father has sadly died in war. I haven't been well mentally, but I have gotten better wealth-wise. I now have the Samuels estate as my own. I have awaited the day I would finally have the castle. I decided to draw the castle, so if I do lose this journal, people will know the castle's location, where it is, and where to return it to. Here is my drawing of it. This here is the Samuels estate castle. My family has been known as a family of great fortune. So when my father died, I, the oldest of the family, got the castle and father's money for myself. I will soon live in this here castle and do not plan to ever leave it. I believe I'll be moving to this castle on November 15th, 1776. I am hoping the British governmental problem settles down, or at least doesn't end up close to my estate. November 15th, 1776. I feel I am nothing but a failure. I have lost my job at the post office, my wife and son died in a protest gone awry, and the war rages on. The Second Continental Congress has ratified the Articles of Confederation. And though I've only been in the entrance and gone from there to my room, I feel as though an eerie presence lies within these halls. It feels as if something is watching me, as if I'm never alone. The eerie presence haunts me, like a shadow it stalks me. At night I hear a faint whispering in the halls, though I live alone. Could someone, or something be in this castle with me? Am I truly alone? I don't know the answer, but I am hoping that my coping of being alone is the truth, for if it is not, I have worse problems than a lost job and dead wife and son. Though I have lost my job, I have enough money from my father's death to live the rest of my life without the need of a job, if I'm wise with my money, that is. November 30th, 1776. The war seems to be coming to an end. Colonists are gaining a free and general pardon to Britain if they pay allegiance. It isn't much, but it is at least something. All I can hope is that it settles the war down. I have been staying home and wandering around the castle. There are a number of weird things I've witnessed within these halls. To note, I have witnessed some things being moved to different areas. Sometimes candles will go out, then magically come right back. I've even seen rooms be completely upside down when I open a door, but when I blink all these things are back to normal. I don't know if I am simply hallucinating or if I am witnessing the acts of an unearthly being, an intruder, but not of this realm, an intruder from a different plane entirely. Maybe it is a human, it could be a witch or a ghost or some form of human. It has to be a human, it can't be anything else. I will go outside and get some air. I tried going outside, but suddenly something fierce yelled, launching me back in and locking the door. I can't leave this castle or call for help. I've tried many times to call for people to help me, but nobody hears me, or even sees me. I lay within these stone walls, all to be heard being the moans and footsteps of something unknown out there, something I refuse to see, for I fear it may be something stronger than human. December 3rd, 1776. The noises stopped, all noises stopped, it felt as if the world had froze. I ran to the door, a feeble attempt to escape this cursed place, but to be met with the same thing as last time. I tried the windows but they were all the same. Not understanding the situation, I panicked, trying to cut through the door with my knife, just for the knife to break. I next tried shooting the door open, the bullet ricocheted and nearly hit me. I have but a choice to live the rest of my life here, for there is no exit. After it the noises came back. I went to go peek and saw something, this dark fog flowing through my castle halls, skeletons dragging behind it, all candles it went past went out. I tried to get a better look but then it looked at me, the face of a devil it had. I had but a choice to only shut and lock the door. Once I had done this it started ramming into the door. I quickly hid under my bed. It was stupid albeit, but at the time I was fear-struck. Given the situation I had at the moment, I could not think straight. The ringing in my ears, oh the ringing I cannot forget, it was all I could hear. Ringing, groaning, skeletons hitting the floor, screams and the sounds of all the people I've known yelling with the chorus of pain screams. But then it all went quiet, and I watched as an abomination of bones, creeping through the crack of the door, grabbed the doorknob to unlock the door. It opened the door. I didn't think it was smart enough to open a door, but it was. It unlocked, and opened it. I saw as it floated into the room, and searched for me. First, searching the closet, then, searching the chest inside my room. Then I witnessed as it crept ever so closely to my bed. I held my breath, tears running down my cheeks as it got closer, and closer, and closer, and closer, and closer. But once it got to my bed it stopped, turned around, and left the room. I question why it would leave if it knew I was here, but it did regardless. But then I looked beside me and realized, under my bed was a cross. I haven't a clue as to how it fell under my bed, but it seemed to protect me. It felt like an eternity how long I was laying under that bed, waiting for the sound of the horrid beast to go away. But once it did, I immediately ran to my storage room, grabbed a hammer and nail, and nailed the cross to the door. Now my room is safe from the thing, or at least I pray for it to be. December 12, 1776. My cross protects me, it works. How glorious this is! While I was going to get food I heard something, a rattle. I turned around and saw it, or I think I saw it. All I saw was something, a yellowish white, moving to the next the hall. I immediately ran back to my room, and it began the chase, busting through the door behind me. I refused to look back, I kept running, and would not stop. I felt the coldness of the fog creeping ever so closer as I kept running. Once I got to my room I slammed the door, and it just stopped. I think it stopped. I waited for the thing to walk away, but it never did. So I waited until the coldness couldn't be felt anymore. Once the door became warm I opened the door ever so slightly, and it was gone. So I went back to getting the supplies I ever so needed. Once I got the supplies I creeped back to my room, walking slowly, so slowly you would have thought I wasn't moving. Oh yes, the pace I was going was truly unnoticeable indeed. People would have thought I was but a statue. December 13th, 1776. I decided to go out again, in a search of more crosses, expecting the creature to be near, but it isn't. I kept walking as slowly as I did the last time, but nothing came. No coldness, no rattling, no fog, no screaming, no ringing, nothing. Have I finally escaped it? I finally got my crosses and nothing ever came, nothing. I believe it truly is gone. But now I feel empty, this deep emptiness goes through me. I fear this creature, I know it can kill me, but it seems to not want to, it seems to want to toy with me. To see how long it takes before I go insane. Not only do I feel an emptiness, but I feel compelled to go to the basement. Is this demon setting up a trap? Am I going insane? Is it succeeding in what it wants? I'll think about it. December 14th, 1776. I had a dream so horrid, or at least I thought it was a dream. I was waking up from my bed, turned to the door and noticed the cross was gone. I then turned the other way and saw the thing standing there staring at me. I got a much better look at it this time. It was a giant mass of black fog, with a singular, giant arm made of bones, both human and animal, some not even from this earth. Its head looked like a human skull, but it was filled with sharp teeth and the tongue of a creature I've never seen. I immediately went into a sprint out of the room. It kept teleporting in front of me until I ran into the basement, then it just shut the door. I tried to run out the door, but the door was locked. With no choice I walked down the stairs, barely able to see. But then a candle lit up in front of me, so I didn't hurt myself. I picked it up and walked on. While I was walking through the basement, I tripped on something and woke up immediately. I woke up to the side of me, it was me. I wasn't moving though, I was just laying there, laying in a puddle of blood. I lifted myself up and realized I was stabbed. Somebody murder me. I believe it was the demon, but the stab wound is too smooth to be from bone, it was obviously a knife. But then I looked at my corpse's hand, laying in it was a knife. I connected all the pieces and realized what happened. I murdered myself. I locked myself in the basement and murdered myself after all the past events. My deteriorating corpse has been laying in the basement, and nobody knew. But did anybody care? Would anyone? Goodbye. I've been in this basement for God knows how long, but then I was surrounded by the black fog. The creature then came out of it towards me. I stood there, prepared for it to kill me. But it didn't. Instead, it reached its hand out to me. This is the end of this journal as well as the end of my life. If anyone is to find this, do not share my story, keep it hidden, for I do not wish to cause paranoia for anyone and do not wish for others to realize their fate may be sealed. Bye.